Hey everyone, it's Annie
and Brady
from the Never Growing Up podcast, a Disney Parks podcast for adults.
Thanks so much for joining us for this week's episode. Make sure you subscribe and leave a rating for us on whatever app you're joining our conversation.
And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links for all of our accounts are in our show notes.
Enjoy the show! Hi everybody, welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Never Growing Up, a Disney Parks podcast for adults. We are going to continue our tour today with the Future World West, and we're really excited for you to come along. Hi guys, it's me, Brady McCleary, also known to you as Brady Cam on Instagram, and with me as always is the wonderful, wildly talented...
Hey guys, it's Annie at WDW Collective. What's up?
I saw, dude.
I saw it.
Excuse me. So guys, I guess first of all, before we dive into this, we had some schedule conflicts last week, and we weren't able to speak on the passing of Chadwick Boseman,
Yeah.
and it is just a big blow to the Disney community, to just really all of the world. He inspired a lot of people, and it's just really sad, and just amazing that he went through these movies with stage 3 cancer.
Yeah,
like
that's insane.
that's wild.
Yeah, and I was watching, or I think I was just reading yesterday, it's one of his co-stars for the movie that came out in June, I think on Netflix. Was it Da 5 Bloods? Which I know I sound weird saying that, but I think that's what it's called. And I guess he was making comments about how he thought he was just this pampered little person. Everyone was just, fawning all over him and massaging him and holding his hand and da da da. And through this time, at this point, he was in stage 4 and he had no idea. And now he feels absolutely terrible, which I feel bad because I feel bad for that guy because I mean, he honestly did not know. I guess we just can never assume, when we see something, and even though something seems off to us, we really never know what's going on underneath. It seems
Right.
I know that the director of Black Panther did not know that he was going through this a lot. I think the only people that really knew were in his tight, immediate family, immediate friends. I think the only people that knew were his agent. I don't think anyone at Disney knew. At least that's what they're saying. Or Marvel for that matter. And only his best friend's family and his wife, obviously.
Wow.
But it's such a loss. I don't know if you guys got to watch the tribute on ABC after they played Black Panther last Sunday. They played it commercial free, which was nice. And they did a really nice tribute after where pretty much all of the Avengers, I think it was that pretty much everyone had it looked like FaceTime. Obviously it wasn't super quality, but they had FaceTime kind of an interview on, what Chadwick meant to them. So it was a really nice tribute that Disney had done that day.
Oh,
So
that's really nice.
yeah.
And how wild that he played Jackie Robinson and then died on Jackie Robinson Day.
Yeah, it's just to see the outpouring of people, even to President Obama and Michelle Obama talking about him as well. I mean, just really shows how much he meant to people of color and just to the entire world. I mean, I think just too with the way this year has been, this was a really low blow for me. I felt like I took it really hard. And I know people always find why do you get upset over, a celebrity's passing? Yeah, but this person was important. This person really meant something to so many children and so many people of color. And then also, to people like us. And it's just, and he was a good man and just really fucking sucks at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to go without. So it was unfortunately bad timing when we released our last episode, and then they had then said that he died that day. So we wanted to be clear when we posted our like new episode alert that we were like, we just so you know, we recorded this like a week before that. So we
Yeah.
wanted to make sure we said something. Yeah.
Well,
Oh, before we get started into Future World West, did you watch Milan?
I have not watched Mulan yet because I have negative $35 in my bank account,
I did watch. So I
and
watched
that's the
it.
price of the movie.
It is. It is. It's kind of. Well, I guess the theory is that it's the same price as if you were to go to if it was like just two people going to see a movie. Um, in most cities, anyways, and so we did get it. And I personally really enjoyed it. I loved the movie. My husband thought it was very boring. Um, there's obviously no music in it. There is some significant changes to the plot because I think they just wanted this to be a serious, not an action film, but more true to the Hua Mulan story. Um, and there has been a lot of controversy surrounding the actress who played Mulan because she did speak out for the Hong Kong police during the I guess they were protests. Was that a year or two ago? Um, and I did just post an article about that too. I am in no way. I'll say it again. I'm no way condoning what she said, but to understand what it's like to be an actor, you're basically representing the China. It is seen as you're basically representing the Chinese government, and so you cannot speak against the Chinese government as an actor because you basically work for them. So I think personally, this is my personal opinion. I personally think she was forced to say what she said, but who knows? I'm not trying to piss off China on my podcast. So.
I
But I thought the
mean,
movie was good.
there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah, really, I'm not trying because it was a really interesting article. It should I'll probably put it on like a highlight just because I think it explains a lot. And if you understand kind of the entertainment industry and Asian culture, it is very different from the freedom of speech that we have here as actors. If you are an actor in America, so but I would say, I mean, it's going to be regular, like for free if you have Disney Plus in December. Definitely watch it. I personally really enjoyed it. I think it's a great female message, personally, but I enjoyed it. Here we are. Watch a movie if you
I
want.
want to see it.
I
I'm
liked it.
excited.
I did miss Mushu. That is true. I did miss Mushu.
Uh,
And I do love how they play the songs into the movie. I mean, obviously, there's no singing in this movie, but I do like how they work them in. So, a lot of good. There was a lot of really good things. I really enjoyed it. I totally understand the controversy around it. I don't think it was her fault, but that's just me.
that's just
Hot
us.
take.
Hot take. All right,
Okay,
so
now
let's
we can talk.
go. Let's go to Future World West, guys.
Yeah.
Um, I I apologize. I'm laying in my bed because I had foot surgery on Friday and
I know.
uh, not this past Friday, but the Friday before, and so I have my computer set up on my nightstand, but I'm now realizing that it's so far away I can't read it.
It's okay. I can start them and say what they are.
No, I could do it. I could do it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Oh my god, I can't see. All right, so from the entrance, which we talked about last week. So if you're just joining us on the trip around Epcot, our tour around Epcot, last week's episode, or our last episode is talks about like the entryway and all of Future World East. So we're gonna go back to the entrance and go towards the west, which leads us what we're gonna do. So if you're looking on the map, uh, the last thing you kind of do on Future World East, and last thing that we really kind of spoke about was the Walt Disney Imagineering Presents Epcot experience, um, and that's where Future World East ends. And so at that point, you would you'd go across that walkway, and that would plop you out to Future World. Uh, west. I keep getting I'm like like, which direction am I
We
facing?
couldn't get it right last
Uh,
time either.
yeah. So, never eat shredded wheat. Um,
What?
so, you never heard that?
No.
North, south, east, west, never eat shredded wheat?
I've never heard
Or
this
no
in my life.
north,
Wild.
east, west, north, east, south, west. That's, uh, I always
Anywho.
yeah, whenever I get it wrong when I, sing along to Defying Gravity also.
Ah.
Like, "If you care to find me, look to the western skies," and I am always pointing east, and then, like, after I sing that part, I go, Western sky," like, correct myself.
Whoops.
Anyway, so west. So, when you cross over to Future World West from the Odyssey,
Yes.
um, you will plop out into Journey into the Imagination with Figment, uh, which is a little song is fun. It'll definitely be in your head the rest of the day. I don't think it's nearly as tragic as the Small World song. Um, it's a little bit, I think, more fun, and the ride itself is more fun. However, it does make me mad that because you go through the senses, right? When
Yeah,
you're traveling with Figment, and the ride is you going through, like, hearing, visual, like smelling,
right.
and there's one that you don't go to, and they're like, "You know what? Let's just end it here." And it's got like a door towards, I think it's like touch for the last one, and then like
Okay.
it veers off, and you're like, "What the shit?" Like, finish the damn tour. I've already listened to the song 7 times. I want to hear it one more.
It's been a really long time I've gone on this ride. Like, I think at least, I don't know if it's been 10 years, but it's close. So I was a very much of an old school dream finder with Figment, which obviously is not a thing anymore. People have been calling for the dream finder to come back for ages. Who's the one that created Figment? I also agree with that. I think the current Figment ride is weird. Figment holds an extremely close space in my heart because it's my cat's favorite toy. She has like 5 of them in this house, and you can always
I've
find a
seen
Figment
her
in our
line
house.
up.
She is such a skanker, and she loves Figment. So,
I've seen her
but
line them up and have
I
them all
mean,
social
it's been a
distancing.
very long time. I think oh my god, she did that herself, I swear. Nick and I were sitting my husband were eating dinner, and her food bowl and food water bowl is, like, nearest, and, like, she created, like, this socially distant pathway of all of her figments. It was so weird. I was like, "What do you" I was like, good job, she." Like, I don't know what to tell you. It was so funny, but
I'm
we
proud
love
of
Figment in
you.
this house. So, it's just
I just
and I'm assuming they don't have, like, all the extra stuff right now, obviously, where you can, like, conduct an orchestra and do all these different
oh, where you get off
imagination
the
things.
ride.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's not a thing right now.
I can yeah, I don't think I don't think that's gonna be a thing there right now.
Yeah.
But um I my mom and I, when we went to Epcot together last, we went on Figment, and oh gosh, what's the name of the guy that is the narrator?
Is it Eric Idle? Is that his name? But he's, like, the professor or some shit, I don't know.
Yeah, let me look him up. Uh,
'Cause
Figment.
I think I remember when they changed this, and I think there was supposed to be a tie-in with Honey, I Shrunk the Audience, which was, in that film or that theater that's, like, right next to it, which we'll talk about in a hot minute. And I think it had a tie-in with Rick Moranis when they were doing, like, the Honey, I Shrunk the Audience, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, like, those movies in the '90s. I think that's how old this is. Or maybe it was the Flubber.
Eric Idle, yeah.
What? Y'all are yelling, like, what the real, answers are, I'm sure, because we know nothing.
We know nothing, Eric Idle. So in this, I really hope my grandma doesn't listen to this.
Oh, no.
She or he looks like my grandma. Like
Really?
the tight curly hair
Yeah.
that's like a little salt and peppery, like, and then, like, even just a resemblance in the face. And I'm sure you guys have seen my Instagram photos of me wearing, the T-shirt with him as the moon,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
that's a T-shirt my mom gave me because we could not stop laughing through the
That's
entire
so
ride
funny.
because I was like, "Oh my god, that looks like my gran." And so, like, we just laughed through the entire ride, and she
That's
sent me
funny.
that shirt because when we got to the moon, it looked like her face was, like, on the moon just going, like, rocking back and forth, staring at us on the ride, and we were dying, so that's where that moon T-shirt
I
comes
love
from.
that. Oh, that's cool.
Um,
Oop.
so, yeah, so I really hope she doesn't listen to this. I don't think she knows what podcasts are, so,
Yeah.
anyways, love you, Gran. It was just you look like him. Okay, so on to we're gonna go down to the Disney and Pixar short film, which is actually right next door to
Yes.
uh, Figment, and I have never gone in there
Me either. I haven't
only
been in there
because
since it was Captain they redid Captain EO. I've not been in that theater.
oh yeah, that yeah same. That was the last time I went in there.
Yeah, which is
Um,
fine. I mean, I'm not, like, broken about it.
I mean it's fun, but you could just watch those at home. I guess it's a pretty cinema attraction for fans of all ages. I don't know. I don't know. I would not know what to expect going in there, but I don't want to spend 20 minutes watching Disney shorts while I'm at Disney. So that's just me.
And, I'm wondering if it's the same I'm wondering if it's the same situation that's on Disney Plus, where there's, like, the short film collection. Because if it is, then there's really no point. I mean, they really have just not come up with anything to put in there since well, Honey, I Shrunk the Audience was there for the majority of the '90s into the 2000s, and then when Michael Jackson died, then they put Captain EO back in for a couple years, and then they took that out, and now this is here. So, like, I just think they don't know what to do with that space. I'm sure they had plans for, like, all the renovations that were coming to Epcot, but now they can't really do anything about it, so
Right.
here it is.
I don't know. So we'll yeah, so I'll do exactly what I do in the park when I'm there, and I'll just skip right on past that,
Bye.
and we'll go to oh, Awesome Planet.
Yeah, so this took the place, if you remember in so we're in the land now. Um, this took the place of the lion what was it, like, Timon and Pumbaa? It was some kind of conservation film that was
Oh,
there for
yeah, like when you
ages.
go inside the land
Mhm.
okay, okay, I see. So you go inside the land and you go to the right, and it's on the upper level, and that yeah, that's where Timon and Pumbaa had their little, thing. I think I only went in there once, but I had, like, a huge headache because I was not hydrated
Ah,
properly,
yeah,
and
I've seen it.
so it just I didn't wanna be in there anymore. But yeah, so let's see, this one is about the on-screen exploration of the realm we call home,
That is
showcasing the
extra.
beauty, diversity, and dynamic story of Earth.
Yeah, I might just go watch it just for the
I might
purposes of this
watch it just
podcast.
because, like, the realm we call home, like, the fuck?
I know,
Is
that's
that
aggressive.
saying that maybe the film maybe, like, points at there's other realms? I don't know.
I don't know what they're saying. That's a just a
What are
very
you saying?
that's just
Damn
I'm
it, Bob
almost feeling like
Iger.
they're over marketing something that no one wants to sit through unless it is raining and you need air conditioning. The end.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, let me just
So
say
I'll do what
oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say no, go ahead because I was just gonna say, I'll do what I do with the, Lion King one and skip right on by that.
So, the land is my favorite pavilion, I guess we should call it, in Future World. I love the land, I've loved the land my entire life. I love it so much. It's kind of
I don't
annoying.
know, like, cause I really like the exit of Seas with Nemo, and we'll talk about
Oh,
that in
yeah,
a
I love it
couple
too, yeah. I do love
minutes.
that too.
But I also no, I would say I like the sea more. Because I do like, living with the land, but that's kind of about it in there for me. I've never eaten in
Yeah,
any of those restaurants, because when I'm at Epcot, I'm more worried about snacking around the showcase.
indeed. Did
By
you see
snacking,
that
I mean binge drinking.
there it is. Did you see that one thing I posted on my story about this girl who I guess she's actually kind of a big influencer. I had no idea who she hell she is, but maybe I just don't care enough. But she she her they couldn't go to their bachelor party and at the Food and Wine Festival, so like her friends did it for her in their backyard, and it was super cute. And now I'm being demanded by people to throw this kind of party. But I think it's very cute idea.
I would definitely, I would come to that
Yeah,
party.
I would be in
Oh
attendance.
my god, me
Thank you. Thank you.
and Disneyland for one.
Oh
Me and
yeah,
Disneyland for
that's
one.
the
We're
person who
coming up,
demanded
and
it.
you're gonna do that
Demanded
for
it.
us.
It'll be
Demanded
so
it.
fun.
Demanded
Demanded it.
it. She's such a pain. I miss
You
her.
know, I know. I know. I haven't seen her in like since mm, since February. I've not seen Bran in person because we are not traveling for work, so we have not had meetings. Like we usually have like these meetings all over hell on the country, and like we'll hang out then. But like I have not seen her at all. It's weird.
Aw.
COVID. Anyways,
Kyovid.
Soren.
Soren flying.
Oh God.
Soren is it's a lot of fun. The line is not it's not a long line as far as like the amount of people in it, but it is a flipping journey, my dudes.
It is a journey.
Like you literally have to walk to the other side of the actual world to go on this ride that's soaring around the world. And if you don't sit on like the highest level in the center, it's just like a stretched out blurry mess.
Really? I've not had that problem. I mean, I do get a little vertigo-y because, as you know, I have vertigo, but, like, it does I have to, like, really focus. But I see what
Yeah, I feel like if you, well, I mean, I guess if you're on the first, second, or third level, as long as you're in the center, it's fine. But like sitting on the sides is just like it looks like an egg, like it's just
yeah,
oblong
you're
and
absolutely right.
gross.
So here's
But
my
the
question to you.
smells,
Do you prefer soaring over California, or do you prefer soaring over the world or around the world?
um, soaring around the world. Only because I think I've only been on soaring over California once, and like I grew up, I drove all over California, so
Yeah, that makes
uh,
sense. I also prefer soaring around the world. I know that's blasphemous to people because the original ride from Disneyland is soaring around California. Um, when I was in Disneyland, the only Disney park that I have been to this year in 2020, which I think is gonna be the only Disney park I'll be to this year, back in January, I they were doing a limited run of soaring over California because it's everybody changed to soaring around the world, and it was very pleasant, but I do love soaring around the world. I love world
I love the
travel.
smells. Yeah, you get to see everything.
I do. It's so pretty. I love seeing like things that I will hope to see in my life someday. Um, it gets me very excited. I just made a travel account because I was bored, and I needed something to spark like my creativity because I went on to like I felt bad. I really don't like apologizing for any well, I mean, obviously I did something wrong, but apologizing for my actions just for like not being around like on Instagram and like I did that the other day just cuz like I really haven't been posting on WDW Collective. And a lot of that's just because I just don't have material. And also it makes me sad. Like I love talking on here, but like posting pictures and, like, watching people be at the parks right now makes me sad. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
let me I've gotten back into the rhythm of posting, but now I have a and I'm like, "Well, let me post my world travel pictures because fuck else am I gonna do?"
So I was actually reading because for some reason I feel like when I went in 2009, the soaring was in Florida was soaring over Florida.
No,
But
it's
I feel
always
like
been
that might
California.
just
Yeah.
yeah. I was like I guess I just made that up. But so I was reading about this and it's fun because it says uh yeah, the Land Pavilion at Epcot got it in 2005. It became a popular attraction at Disney World as well. And then it says both Epcot and Disney's California Adventure received a new version of Soaring in 2016 titled Soaring Around the World, following the debut of Shanghai Disneyland's Soaring Over the Horizon.
Oh,
In
that's
this
interesting.
rendition, guests fly over the world instead of solely over California to a score adapted from the original composer Bruce Broughton. Sorry if I ruined that. Uh, the final scene depends on the location of the attraction. With
Yeah.
Florida,
Yep.
the version ends over flying over Epcot.
Yep.
I didn't know that,
Yeah.
so I'm assuming the Disneyland one is flying over.
You fly over the Magic Kingdom, so, like, original Disneyland. As of January 2020, that's what
Pretty
you were
cool.
flying over. And it was I love it. I love Soarin'. I think it's such a great ride. I don't ride it all the time just because it's kind of the same thing over and over again, but also the line pisses me off, like we were talking about earlier, because we all know Annie hates lines.
Yeah, and to
Even
leave
with a
it,
fast pass, it pisses
ugh.
me off. And, like, you're standing there for a while, and then you gotta watch that, like, 20-minute video. I've gone on diatribes. Like, remember when I rode, Flight of Passage for the first time, and I was so pissed that I had to sit through,
Mhm.
like, a 20-minute video before I could ride this after I had waited in line for 90 minutes? I was not having it.
Yeah.
Although I love Craig
Yeah.
from Seinfeld. I do think it's hilarious. But, like, it's like, God, like, just get me on the ride. Like, why we gotta sit here and, like, listen? Ugh, but I love that ride. It's great. It's a good time. I would not ride it without a fast pass though, or unless the
Soarin'?
line's
No,
really
no.
short. Yeah,
Yeah,
and every
and
once
but
in a while
even
the
then,
line
like
is
I said,
short.
like, it's not even the amount of people that are in that line, it's just such a long
It's
way
the long
to
wait. Yeah,
the actual ride.
yeah,
It's a long walk, it's just
yeah.
crazy.
It's just annoying.
Um, okay, so living with the land, this
I'm
is
so
still
excited.
inside the land, and
Oh, I
and
love
I
it.
don't know if okay, so if you guys have never been to Disney World, I guess we should explain, like, the land, you walk up this incline
Mhm.
and this whole area is indoors. You're inside of a massive building that houses all of these things that we've been talking about from the land. It's got restaurants, um, these rides. So that's what it kind of looks like. You go into these doors and you start off on the upper level, then you got to work your way back down. So, Living with the
Yep.
Land is a boat ride that's on the main floor, and you travel through the greenhouse of the land with the entire family to see the tasty side. Sorry, again, I'm having a hard time reading this. It's so small. Tasty side of
I had to zoom.
the
Yeah.
science featuring innovative food growing technique.
This is
So,
one of my favorite rides in all of Walt Disney World. I love it so much. People don't like it, and they can just suck off. Like, I just cannot. Love it
it,
so much.
I think it's
Oh, it's so great.
I think it's fun. I think it definitely needs, like, updating 'cause I feel like
Mm,
going through it, like, you go by these, like, farmhouses, like, with little videos, like, thrown on the wall, and it's um, there's no animatronics really, it's just, like, this house that you go
yeah.
by.
There's,
It's like,
like, little
okay,
animals,
maybe
yeah.
yeah, like, maybe put something
Maybe
else here.
that's why I love it so much because it is so old. Like, I was a big
Maybe. It's like,
Maelstrom
"Oh, this
person
reminds me of when I was a child."
because honestly, I do not know what if they've ever updated Living with the Land. So you go through, like, the history of farming, which for some
Mhm.
reason I find fascinating, and on the little boat ride, and then it takes you into the greenhouses, which they remind you every time that they use everything that they grow here throughout the restaurants in at least Epcot, which is very cool. And one of my dreams, literal dreams, like I literally put it on top of like me going to like Tokyo or something, is to do the Beyond the Seas store. I want to do it so bad.
I mean, just do it.
I don't know what you know why? Because I
Do
can never
it.
go we can never go for a long period of time because Nick can't get that much time off work. I have unlimited time, he does not. So we like I never have time and I don't want to waste time on like a 4-hour tour in the greenhouse. I don't know. I need to do it. Maybe for
That's
my 40th
true.
birthday,
Just do it once.
which is in 3 years. Um I just need to do it. So for those of you who don't know, the Beyond the Seats tour, Disney has many like behind the scenes, and this one's beyond the seeds. And it's cute. So it's just they just go in depth in the greenhouse. The one thing I really don't care for though in the land is the fish farming. So I understand like they talk about it being sustainable, but like fish farming, well, first off, we all know I'm a vegetarian. It has nothing to do with this. That fish farming, the way they're growing them there, they lose a lot of the nutrients. Like you always want any kind of like article you ever read about fish, like eating farmed fish versus wild caught fish, like there's so much more nutrients in wild caught fish. So I'm very surprised that they like tout that so much because it's really not
Mm.
healthy. But these are just my thoughts. That's
Um,
the one part that bothers me.
yeah, it might be just because like the broad scale of what they have to use fish for, I'm sure, is like they're probably defending it because that's what they have to do to make all the food in Epcot, probably. Um,
Yeah.
or like showing you like, oh, it's okay, guys. Like we farm our fish, but look, it's okay.
Yeah. I'm just
um,
isn't good for you. I'm
and
massive.
I always think like I always look at the garden because like it's not that
Massive.
big. I mean, it's big, but it's not like that big because they're like, oh yeah, we use everything that we grow in our restaurants. I'm like, okay, so like you get maybe two of the restaurants because it's not like you pluck a fruit off and it's gonna grow right back. Like it's gonna take a while. So I'm sure you get to use it in the beginning of the season, maybe I don't know.
But
But no, it's fun. It's a nice little boat ride.
they use so many different growing techniques, and which is another thing that I find so fascinating. Like, so they do like hydroponics is a big thing that they do. Um, I think it's interesting the one where
Mhm.
it's like they have fish in it, and like somehow that like feeds it. Like, so they do
Yeah,
so many different growing techniques to allow you to get ingredients all year round. Plus, you're in Florida, so like it's probably way easier to grow stuff there than it is here in Ohio. Because my tomato plants are now dead for the year. Because it's September.
yay.
Yeah, I hate fall. I hate everything about it. I don't care if I lose followers.
I just hate the pumpkin spice lattes. That's what I hate about
Oh,
fall.
it's foul. It is
Ugh.
foul. I can't. I can't. I find it depressing. I find Labor
I
Day the most
can't
depressing holiday.
even.
It's a depressing holiday because it's like, okay, summer's over. Like we're in a mood today.
I think it's
I love
pretty.
living with the land.
Um,
I know
okay,
everyone else does.
so
I know I'm in the minority. It's totally fine.
let's talk about some dining real quick. The Chippendales
Oh,
Harvest Feast at the Garden Grill and Restaurant.
we missed the season, Nemo and Friends.
No, I was gonna just do like because this is all inside of the land,
Oh, I got you. Got you. Okay.
and
Mm,
that way we can hop back over.
got you. Got you. And then we could do Sunshine Seasons, which is the bomb.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find these numbers. So 15 and 16. Okay. Okay. So, uh, oh, words are hard. Lord, Chippendale's Harvest Feast and Garden Grill Restaurant. I have, like I said, I've never eaten at any of these places. So, but I'm thinking that is a meet and greet kind of thing.
So the Garden Grill restaurant before the shutdown was just a yeah, it's normally a Chippendale meet and greet. But it had a different menu. I have never eaten here. I have no want to eat here. It's purely maybe for just like the meet and greet of Chippendale. It does not appeal to me in the least. However, it is one of the few sit down options in Future World. So
I would say I'd only want to go and eat there because it rotates and you get to like see the inside of the land.
yeah, I think that's cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the
Because you
end,
can see it when you
like
look up.
ooh, I just saw the wait time on here. I pulled up the menu on the My Disney Experience app, and I just saw the wait time go from 10 to 5.
Oh, really? Yeah, no one eats here. Although now because there's such limited options because they're only going at so much capacity, this is probably busier than the first time it's been in a long time. But now it looks like it's a
And
pre fix.
yeah, well, yeah, well, because they have lunch, dinner, dining experience. Oh, that I'm an idiot. Okay, so they have lunch from 11:30 to 3:30,
Mhm.
and that's 35 to 59, and then that or per adult. So actually, lunch is probably like 35, and then dinner is probably 59, is what I'm reading. So then 5 to 9 p.m. is dinner character dining. Both of them are. It's a buffet style character dining, and reservations are accepted. So it's buffet style, and it's fifty
Oh,
nine
is it?
dollars. You're serving your damn self.
Well, it's probably like a certain kind of buffet because, like, these days, you can't really do, like, a normal buffet. Like, it's like
Yeah.
they hand you the food. It's weird. Like, anywhere, not just Disney.
Um, are
But
you
it's
looking
real
at the
life
menu?
basic ass food. There is nothing good here except the Urban League stuffing. I'm here for that. That looks really good. But
Yeah, and obviously I'm going back and forth between lunch and dinner. It's kind of the
it's the
same,
same.
minus the urban leek stuffing is not on the
Oh, that's on the I'm
lunch
sorry.
menu.
It looks like a
Um,
kind of a Thanksgiving-y type of situation in terms of the
yeah,
food.
berry shortcake. This is all kind of food that I would not want to eat
Yeah.
mass produced.
Yeah, I don't even
Like, I
wanna
can't
eat it.
imagine that macaroni and cheese is gonna not be mushy as fuck. Um, wine specialty drink, citrus freeze, Florida cane, Orlando orange vodka, peach
Yeah,
schnapps,
that
and
looks
mango
fun.
puree. That sounds delicious. And then they got quite a
I'm gonna say it
little
right
bit
now,
of a
I would not
wine
go here.
selection.
I
Yeah,
literally exited off the menu. We're not even going through this.
yeah.
But
Uh,
you know what's
uh.
amazing? You know what's amazing? Probably the best quick service food you will get in all of the Disney parks. Although I know you might fight me on that in terms of the Pandora, the Satuli Canteen, but
Ooh, the
'cause I've
self
never eaten there,
the
and I think you
yeah, ooh,
love that, don't
yum.
you? Sunshine Seasons is fire. I'm sad that I don't have time to eat here during the day because usually what I end up doing we end up coming to Epcot in the late afternoon. So, it's a rare day when I'm eating lunch in Epcot, and this place is the bomb. It is so good. The food is amazing. I cannot say more great things about Sunshine Seasons. It is so good. The end. And they have mobile
I'm
order, which
looking at
they
the menu
never
right
used to
now.
have. Oh, it's fire. It's always I think it's
It
actually
looks
a
a
little more limited than it
little
used to
oh,
be.
okay, here we go. I say that it doesn't look like there's a whole I mean, the kids menu looks like there's stuff on there maybe. Yeah, 'cause it's just pizza, cheeseburger, bacon burger. The power salad sounds pretty good.
Mhm.
Huh. I would yeah, do power
I have
salad.
had the oak grilled salmon. It's served with cheese
Let's
grits and the
see.
andouille corn succotash. It is fantastic. So is the rotisserie chicken. Again, this was before I was vegetarian.
Ooh, they have Bloody Marys.
Yeah. Oh, does it say what it comes with?
No, it just says Cutwater Bloody
Uh,
Mary. That's
oh, it's
all
just
it
the hot
says.
water. Yeah. So it's just in the can.
Shoot.
They
Oh,
do have a plant-based, although jackfruit is still odd to me. I'm still getting used to jackfruit, and it's just strange. But I would still eat this because it's plant-based.
um,
Roasted jackfruit, tzatziki, sauce, roasted red peppers, cucumbers, pickled onions. I'm into it. What is yellow rice? Like saffron rice?
probably. Or like maybe like a curry rice. I'm hungry. uh, I no,
Have
I'd
you
probably
seen
not
that
eat
on
at
TikTok?
either of these restaurants because I just feel like there's so much more better things to eat around the world.
That is true, but if you are gonna eat in Future World, this is where I would suggest you go. If you are gonna eat in Future World for some reason,
For some
get in.
weird reason, because you have children and they don't frickin' like anything other than chicken tendies.
Chicken tendies.
which I'm not knocking Disney chicken tendies. They're probably the best chicken
No,
tendies
they're fire.
in
They're really
the world. Okay, so that was the last thing that's in the land. So you're gonna come back out of the same doors that you went in, and you're gonna fight your way down, um, and then you're gonna veer left, and there's like a little cute park pavilion kind of thing in between these areas, like little just sitting areas, and it's really
yeah.
shaded and nice. Sometimes you can catch over by Figment. They have buffalo chicken popcorn or
What?
buffalo cheddar popcorn, excuse me.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have like a little popcorn stand. It's got like a couple different flavors, but yeah, they got
Oh, I didn't
buffalo
know they had
cheddar
flavors. Shit.
and it's good as hell.
Oh my god, wait, let's see. Oh, that's Showcase Plaza. I don't know, show me. Oh my god, I didn't know they do I mean, first off, let me say, Disney popcorn is the greatest popcorn of all time. Nothing
Yep.
will ever beat it. It is so great. But I did not know that they had flavors.
But oh yeah, well I was saying the only thing that's second to Disney popcorn would be movie theater popcorn, but like there's still so much space in between that first and second position because Disney popcorn is so much better than movie theater popcorn.
Right.
It's like, oh, love it, love it.
So what other flavors did they have? Do you remember?
I want to.
I can't believe they
The
had
last time I
all
went, I know they had the buffalo cheddar, and then they had caramel corn, and
that.
then the blue popcorn.
What's the blue popcorn? How did I not know about this?
I I don't know, but it's like a thing. It's like blueberry popcorn or something like that. I don't know. My mom won a package of it from her. She was watching her favorite YouTuber, Adam Hatan, and he had like a little giveaway, and she won a little package of blue popcorn.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, but yeah, buffalo cheddar popcorn. Get it while it's hot.
I wish I
Stretch.
would have known about that. Oh my god, oh my god. So
You.
this is also a really pretty walkway during the Flower and Garden Festival. They always have a really nice display, like, in the on your side. So it's always a really
Mhm.
pretty walk over to the seas.
Yeah, it's just like a little peaceful area because I mean everybody's
Yeah,
more interested in going to the left and going over towards uh Future World East, so they would hit up uh the test track and mission space and all that. So like I feel
right.
like this area is always kind of quiet,
Yeah,
which is
oh yeah, it's very
which is
nice.
pleasant. So then you come up on it and they have like this big old water feature, like it's a with all the seagulls and everything from Finding Nemo, because the sea is basically all of the sea with Nemo and friends, which is a doom buggy kind of type ride, just like on a conveyor belt, and you just sit on there and you listen to them sing this song, and you're looking for Nemo and and fun and yeah.
I feel very sad because and I hope I encourage you to go on, I'm sure it's on YouTube, where it used to be just called The Living Seas. So this is when Annie shows her age, as one does, and, it used to be called The Living Seas. You used to go on this thing called Sea Base Alpha, and you watched, like, a film, as one does in most Epcot pavilions, about, like, ocean conservation, and then, like, you went on this elevator that made it feel like you were going underwater into, like, what they called Sea Base Alpha. So they redid this when Nemo came out, which rightfully so. I mean, it makes total sense. I do miss Sea Base Alpha. I loved it. I think there was much more of a focus on the conservation efforts that Disney does, and then also there's more focus on the aquarium once you go in there. But this is very cute, and also I always get in a fight with someone because they're taking flash photography, and I gotta have words because why I don't those people probably don't wear masks. I've said this before. They probably don't wear masks and they say all lives matter. This is my thought process. That's the kind of people I think they are. And I say,
Tasteful.
look, you can't take those people. And then they decide to turn their camera on me and take pictures of me, which I don't understand what that's proving. But dude, fuck those people. Honestly. You're a piece of shit. I've said it. You listen to this
Wild,
podcast and
wild.
you take photos on dark rides, you're a piece of shit. Don't listen to my podcast. That shit makes me nuts. I don't
You're
care who you
Garbo,
are.
baby.
You're garbage. I'm getting another Truly. Continue.
Continue. All right. So you go on, and it's really cute. Like it's just fun. You're again searching for Nemo because he's a dick and just doesn't listen to his dad and stay put. Um, so but when you finish the ride, there isn't. I mean, they talk about some of it, like the conservation, but not really until you get down until like when you exit the ride, you exit into this giant aquarium, and it's so cool. I think it's just I love the aquarium part. You go in
Oh, me
and
too.
you can watch the scuba divers get in their gear, and then how they get into the tanks. There's like this water fill up tank that they go in, and then that gets them into the tanks. There's always people swimming around in there cleaning up. Uh,
Mhm.
it's just really, I just love it. Also for somebody as myself who doesn't like large bodies of water or like being in water, I find it fascinating because I feel like I get to like safely see it, see what I want to see from the ground that's dry.
So this is interesting that you say that because I also don't like large bodies of water. Why don't you like it?
Um, it just really freaks me out, and the logical side of my head doesn't like it because, I mean, think about it. Me standing next to the Titanic would be about the same as one of my beta fish standing next to me, you know? And then the Titanic
Yeah.
in the ocean would be like throwing my
Mhm.
beta fish into my like the scale obviously isn't there, but like that's my brain just can't. I have a really hard time processing uh like size. So even when I first got onto the flight line, obviously I know the hangars are there for a reason, and that
Right.
the aircraft can go in there for maintenance. But I was like looking at the hangar, and I'm like looking at the aircraft. I'm like, there's no way this bitch fits inside there. Kid you not, two do. They fit two in there at a time, and I'm like, "Uh, what?" And then like just the thought of me being in the middle of the ocean,
Yeah.
and like if I was on the Titanic, I would not have died of drowning. I would not have died of hypothermia. I would have died of a heart attack because the thought of me going into that
Oh,
water,
no.
not knowing what's below me, dead, just dead. And then also
Yeah.
the illogical side, where I've talked to my therapist for many years about, is no matter if I can't see the bottom of the water, there's dead people,
Ooh,
and
that's a deep
more
one.
specifically zombies. Like they're gonna pull me down or something. Because and it's like bad,
Yeah.
like because I used to love like kneeboarding and wakeboarding and
Mhm.
like going on the tube and getting my ass thrown out, like behind a boat.
Yeah.
But the moment I hit that water, I tell like well, I remember I would tell my grandparents like the moment I hit that water, you need to turn around and get me. Like I do not want to be in this water.
Yeah.
Like, I liked the thrill of being thrown from the tube, but after that, get me the fuck out. And
Yeah.
then I worked at a water park in Ohio, Kings Island, Boomerang Bay.
Oh.
Uh, yes, and they had a whitewater rafting ride where it's like a family raft ride. Four people get in a raft, and you start at the top of the hill, raft your way down or whatever, and then it empties out into this relatively shallow pool. Like it's because you're on a mat and it levels out into this pool, and it's only up to like my knees maybe. Um, but I remember we used to be able to
Right.
take a bucket, like the lifeguards at the top would take a bucket and like dump water on the people as they're going, and it was fun. And then somebody complained, so we weren't allowed to do that anymore. But uh, somebody let go of the bucket at the top and it went down the slide and it got stuck at the exit of the slide. So I was down there and we were at half capacity that day and I had to go get it, but the water was turbulent and I couldn't see the bottom of the water.
Oh,
And I was
jeez.
so scared.
No,
My
thank you.
heart was racing. Literally, let me remind you again, it was only up to my knees. And when we closed the park at the end of the day and you hit the emergency stop to stop all the water, that whole pool drains.
Mhm.
And then when you're there opening, it's empty. So I know for a fact there's no dead bodies in this water,
Right, right.
but my brain would not let me
Oh,
just go get
no.
that bucket without freaking out. So that's why, long story short, I don't like large bodies of water on our Disney podcast. Hi guys, welcome to Brady's trauma.
Well, now I was curious because I also don't like large bodies of water purely because I don't like not being able. The horizon gives me the willies. I don't like that at all. I feel like it's the edge of the world, and I'm not a flat earther, but it just freaks me out not seeing land. And also, I just don't like being able. I
Yeah, I
don't
would
like
love to
being
go on a
not able to
cruise, but
see
I'd
my feet.
also
That bothers
have to
me
be.
tremendously. If I'm in a body of water where it's not clear. No, I was gonna say Nick and I are both the same way. So like anytime we've gone on a trip with people like to the Caribbean or wherever and everyone's going in the ocean, like we rarely go in the ocean. We'll go like to the nice pool and hang out there. And then we'll go to like certain parts of the water and just stand. But like we do not like ocean water. We are not fans. Unless we can clearly see
Yeah,
down to the bottom, then
yeah.
we're okay with it.
As a kid, like
So
I grew up in Southern California,
but
and the
it's super it
Pacific is
looks like
not
they're not
very.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's not very clear. And
No,
I
no.
remember I loved it. Like I'd get, you go out there and you get your ass kicked. Ooh, I can hear myself.
Yeah. Yeah, we well, I don't think I've been in the only time I've been in the Pacific Ocean is when we were in Costa Rica. Like, I've been to some beaches in California, but I never went in the water. And in Costa Rica, the water was not clear because we were on the Pacific side, and I was not thrilled with it. Not thrilled at all. Yeah, not a fan. So yes, there's another reason why I enjoy the aquarium because I am not a scuba diver. I will never do that. I There's a lot of people in my company who are big scuba divers. Also Brianne at Disneyland for one is a big scuba diver. I do not sign up for that nonsense
But I wonder if she's gone to
personally.
like the actual coral reef in Australia.
I don't think she's been to Australia, but she has done scuba diving in South Africa, and she'll tell you all
And she
about
has been on a safari.
She has been on safari in Africa. Oh my god,
uh,
so funny.
oh
Oh, it's
Lord.
so funny, but have you ever fed the manatees, at like, it's, like, upstairs
I never got to
in the
feed
aquarium?
them, but I do go up there and visit them because we have a lot in common as far as our buoyancy and general size.
Oh, stop. I think I've done it once, and it gives me such pleasure. Like, I love animals all it just in general, but to feed animals, it gives me so much pleasure. I'm so happy to, like, help them, and so I'm giving them freaking
Aw,
heads of lettuce. I'm so happy to do it, and, like, you just basically, like, chuck heads of lettuce in there, and it's just the cutest thing in the world, and it makes me so happy. And they're all injured, and it's really sad
yeah, damn
because 'cause they've all been
boaters.
rescued. Fucking boners. But yeah.
Freaking
Yep.
boaters.
What else
Yeah,
you
I
got?
love manatees. I think they're just so
I do,
cute,
they're
and
so
they just
sweet.
like they're so fluffy.
They're a gentle animal.
I mean, they're not fluffy as far as fur, but like they're
Well,
chubby
right.
little baby heads.
Yes.
Okay, so the last thing over on this side is the Coral Reef restaurant. Have you ever eaten there?
No, and we have talked about the Coral Reef restaurant before, and my only, um, like, idea of the Coral Reef restaurant is when it was on Full House in the 90s because they had dinner there once, and I've never had a reason to go to Coral Reef. I have a problem with I really don't like the idea of eating seafood in front of fish.
Oh, yeah,
That
I can
gives
see
like,
that.
I feel like that's messed up.
I mean, but I'm looking at the picture of the restaurant, and it's really pretty. Like, I would love to go in
Oh,
there and
yeah,
eat
it looks really
something,
nice,
like
yeah.
maybe chicken sandwich. Let me look
Maybe the ribeye.
view the menu.
The
Ooh,
the,
yeah, shrimp cocktail, Caesar salad, lobster bisque.
I love a lobster bisque. Oh my lord, heaven. Well, so they have a grilled vegetable skewer with impossible kefta with basmati rice, lentils, and a smoked eggplant salad. That sounds very nice. I would eat that. And then I wouldn't feel guilty about eating in the restaurant.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to eat there, but I'm looking at the menu prices, people. My God, 10-ounce slow roasted grilled ribeye, $34.
That's actually pretty cheap for a steak at Disney, especially ribeye, I think. Not that it
Yeah, I
doesn't make it
guess.
okay, it's just on the cheaper end of steaks in Disney, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, when we get to the nations and we go to like the steakhouse, that's gonna
Yeah.
be
Le Cellier, yeah, it's gonna kick up,
ooh, and they got
but
blood orange margaritas, spicy guano
ooh.
margarita, watermelon wow, watermelon margarita, um, Paloma rum swizzle. What the okay. A rum
Wait,
swizzle
where?
is exactly what I would think when I read these ingredients out loud. Mount Gay Eclipse rum. Fun. Raspberry mojito. Every time I read the pina colada right there, I was just gonna say every
There
time
it
I read these
is.
menus, like I just love it. It f's me up, but I love it.
I love it.
Godiva chocolate martini. They have a huge cocktail list.
Yeah, I wonder you know what? I was thinking, I wonder if they have, like, a little bar or, like, a little lounge you can go into because I would hit that up.
Ooh,
I don't know if it is, I have no idea. I'm on the Disney website, but it doesn't say if there's, like, a lounge. If y'all know, let us
let
know
us
because
know.
that would be clutch, I'd be into that. Especially, like, if I was there, like this sounds terrible, but, like, pre-gaming before you go to
Before the
the World
nations
Cup.
open up?
Yeah, like, you could go and have brunch. That would be a great place for brunch, and because I would love to do a brunch
Yeah.
in Epcot. That would be a really good place for it. Because 'Cause wasn't there supposed to be, like, a space restaurant coming soon, and then who knows what happened to that because of
Oh,
everything?
yeah.
Remember? The Mission Space?
A sparkling mojito that's a
I don't know, man,
non-alcoholic
these are
drink.
uncertain times. Ah, it's non-alcoholic. They have a Bacardi mojito,
Ooh,
and if they don't use a mix and they keep it to this type of mojito, it will be good. A lot of places in Disney use a mix, and it's gross.
I'm just, like,
Palomas,
looking through
that's, like,
all
Nick's
these
favorite
drinks.
drink right now.
Mm.
Yeah, they have a really nice, cocktail list, especially their stuff that's a little different than what you normally see on the usual Disney cocktail menu.
Yeah,
But
I feel like th
that's a
this
cool
is
read,
probably
man.
the most unique cocktail list because a lot of them are all kinda the same throughout the signature dining restaurants, and this one's got, like, Bahama Mama, the Pina Colada, Long Island iced tea, Mai Tais, this cold
Oh,
brew, Patron XO, what the hell? The Godiva
yeah, you
I'm
know
not
the
a
pina colada they have everywhere, and the magical star, you see that everywhere too.
I'm just saying it's got, like, a mix of, like, a lot of things. This Godiva chocolate martini sounds really good.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
yeah,
you
yeah,
don't like
yeah.
desserts, so you probably would not be huge on that.
No, I love dessert
Coral
drinks. I
Rita.
actually love like, if I was gonna have dessert, I'd rather have, like, that. Yeah. I'm on board with it. Totally into it. Oh my
Yeah,
god, so here's the
so guys, that's
question. Where are we gonna start for World Showcase? Are we gonna start with Mexico? Or are we gonna start with Canada?
oh,
Because this is
um,
the tale as old as
that could
time
be
argument.
another, interactive post
Another
on the
poll?
story,
Let's do it. Yeah, guys, you guys will decide where we start, if we start in Mexico or if we start in Canada. Where do you start? You start in
because I know
Canada, right?
I usually start in Canada. I used to start in
Yeah.
Mexico, but Matt and I are like, absolute favorite place to drink is the, uh, Rose and Crown. So we
Yes,
usually
yes.
start there, open a tab, and then work our way around and then come back to that.
Yeah.
But I used to always start at Mexico, grab a margarita and like a burrito.
I always start in
Yeah,
Mexico.
tell us, because yeah, she always starts in Mexico. I always start in Canada. I don't think any direction is necessarily wrong, but that's because Mexico and going towards Canada, well, passing Canada, I should say, especially because they don't have my. Oh, okay, I gotta hold that conversation for next time. Yeah, yeah, leave a comment, tell us where to go, tell us what to do, and, yeah, that was traveling around Future World.
Future world.
Yeah, so now we get to go into the drunk part, the fun part. I don't get drunk, I get fun.
We get loud.
I get
Let's
loud.
get loud. Oh, yeah.
Let's get
Cool, guys.
loud. Alright, guys,
This
well,
is
my
super
name
fun.
is, Brady McCleary, also known to you as Brady Cam on Instagram, and again, with me, as always, is the insanely beautiful.
Hi, why do I keep saying hi? I give up. Annie at WDW Collective. You know who I am.
You know what
It's like
it
I feel like I'm giving
is,
an intro. You know what to
and
do.
that was our episode of this podcast.
Bye.